Warm greetings. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I will be discussing several disturbances located in the Atlantic that have low chances of development over the next 7 days. 3 of them are associated with several tropical waves moving across the Atlantic. On the other hand, we are also monitoring a non-tropical low-pressure system located to the east of the United States, which is expected to acquire some tropical characteristics in the coming days. This is why the National Hurricane Center, at 2 p.m., marked this area with a low probability of cyclonic development. The good news is that most of these areas do not pose a threat to land, and they maintain a low probability of cyclonic development. The one located to the east of the United States has a 20% chance of development over the next 7 days. The one just east of the Caribbean has only a 10% chance of development over the next 48 hours. And another tropical wave located to the southwest of the Cape Verde Islands has a 20% chance of development. Another piece of good news is that the National Hurricane Center has lowered the development probabilities of the tropical wave currently over Jamaica. It now has a 20% chance of development in the waters of the Bay of Campeche. This means it is no longer projected to reach Belize or the Yucatan Peninsula as a tropical cyclone. So residents of Yucatan, Campeche, Quintana Roo, Tabasco, Belize, and northern Guatemala can rest easy, as it will move through the region as a tropical wave. In the long term, we will be monitoring what happens in the Gulf of Mexico, and part of this energy will be moving toward the eastern Pacific, where a low-pressure system could also develop by mid-next week. Although we are in the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, atmospheric conditions at the moment are not favorable for significant cyclone development. This is why these 4 areas maintain a low probability of development over the next 7 days. In fact, yesterday, the University of Colorado published an analysis explaining why we are in this inactive period in the Atlantic, but they predict that by the end of September, the Atlantic could become active again as atmospheric conditions improve for the development of new cyclones. The University of Colorado also emphasizes that the cyclonic activity expected over the coming months could be enough for this hurricane season to end up being hyperactive. I will discuss this topic in another video that I will record on my YouTube channel, probably publishing it tomorrow. However, at the end of this video, I will talk about the conditions expected for the 3rd and 4th weeks of September, where we may see development between the Caribbean and Africa. But in this video, we will focus once again on the tropical wave moving across the Caribbean Sea. If we look at the infrared satellite image, you can see that it is generating some showers and thunderstorms that remain disorganized for now, and we have not seen any cyclonic organization processes. As a result, the chances of development have continued to decrease in recent days. Still, this tropical wave is bringing some showers to Jamaica, and eventually, over the weekend, this rain will reach parts of the Yucatan Peninsula, Belize, and Guatemala. Furthermore, as this tropical wave crosses this area, a broader circulation is expected to develop over Central America, which will be associated with the monsoon trough. This event could produce some heavy showers over the weekend and early next week, and it could also lead to the development of a low-pressure system in the eastern Pacific. In fact, some global models, like the ensemble members of the American model, show the risk of a new cyclone developing in the eastern Pacific. Although it is still too early to determine if it will pose a threat to western Mexico, it is possible that, in the long term, it could approach the western coast of Mexico. However, there is nothing to worry about for now, as we have many days to monitor the situation calmly. There is also a possibility that if a tropical cyclone does develop, it will move over open waters in the Pacific. Over the next few days, I will continue updating this forecast to keep you informed in case of any cyclonic threat to western Mexico. Returning to the Central America and southern Mexico region, here you can see the rainfall projection according to the GFS model. It shows that a very rainy weekend is expected, and this will continue into early next week. Heavy downpours are expected across Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, and southern Mexico. In fact, models project rainfall accumulations of 100 to 200 millimeters across Central America and southern Mexico, including Veracruz, over the next 5 days. It is possible that some flooding may occur over the weekend and into early next week. Overall, today brings good news, as this tropical wave does not pose a cyclonic development risk before reaching Mexico or Central America. We will continue to monitor the other tropical waves and the disturbance located to the east of the United States, in case any cyclonic development occurs. The important thing is that these disturbances do not pose a threat to land, and although the next 2 weeks are projected to be fairly calm in the Atlantic, this could change by the 3rd week of September. This is because a favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation is expected to return to the North Atlantic region, potentially improving conditions for development, especially between the Caribbean and Africa. Let's enjoy this calm period, as the 3rd and 4th weeks of September could be quite active, and we may have to monitor some tropical waves coming off Africa. Although there is currently no cyclonic threat for the United States, Mexico, Central America, or the Caribbean, It is always important to stay vigilant during the peak of the season for any changes in the forecasts. Count on Hurricane Info to keep you informed. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Go to the bottom of the video, click the red subscribe button, and then click the bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Well, with that, I say goodbye. I hope everyone has an excellent day. Until the next video, where I will be talking about the latest analysis from the University of Colorado and explaining the factors that have resulted in a quiet period in the Atlantic, despite the continued projection that this hurricane season will be more active than normal. Well, now I really say goodbye. Until the next video, goodbye.